It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Sound about thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the hogs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Hello everyone. Welcome to Mr. Hobbs's.
It's a beautiful day in the game.
Holy cow, that scared the crap out of me. Anyway, welcome to Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. If we don't mess something up in the beginning, the middle, and the end, there's no way that it's one of my live streams. So today, as you can see, we're playing the Midlands. That means we're using low fantasy gaming. I got the old Midlands book out, ready to roll. We are actually stepping into my new Midlands campaign, which I'm tentatively calling Northgate. And it's all pickup games, so there's not a lot of time to prepare anything. At the most, I guess I should say at the least, we'll at least be making a character and trying to get somebody going. So without further ado, we'll hop over into the discussion area and we'll introduce our player today. What's up, Robert?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. You want to introduce yourself and, yeah, you know, say
Hey everybody, my name's Robert. Mostly get known for my sort of handle on social media and stuff as NOLAbert. I played with Hobbs before with LFG and in OSE.
Yeah, Robert's become a regular on the Gamerhood, so thanks for that, buddy.
Yeah, after going for a long time without playing, you kept saying, "You're gonna play, you're gonna play, you're gonna play." So finally did.
Well, we were supposed to be playing something else briefly, but that didn't really happen. So Elmo's game, who's also a regular on the old show. Hey, Trev, what's up, buddy? I'm also got some people that are hanging out in the. We got Brad from Goblin Scribe Gaming hanging out in the YouTube, and Brian in the bunker. Yeah, you guys saw my cat for briefly. Yeah, Cleo likes to hang out right here and lay on my arm, which kind of makes it hard to run games sometimes. But it is what it is. All right, so I'll say hi to guys. And now we might as well make this character, right? I don't think the only low fantasy gaming you did was basically the caravan or the expedition that was ambushed, right?
Right. What do you call that one? You called that
Lost Lake.
Lost Lake. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So this is Northgate, which is in the Midlands. Let's head over to the tabletop. I was gonna put a thing in, but I forgot to. So I guess you're just gonna have to roll normally. In the past, I've added a little
macro.
Yeah, a little macro. But
have you added me to this on Roll20?
Oh, no. Do I add it to you or do you just join?
I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I should probably do that. That's probably something we need to do, isn't it? Where's this?
Yes.
Here we go. All right. Well, let's get you into the old Roll20. Oh, dang. I don't see the enter on here. Doesn't it normally show up in the... Oh my gosh, you people. This thing is a mess. This is what you guys come here for, isn't it? Just to see me struggling with the technology. Man, you should have mentioned something about the Roll20 earlier, buddy. It's got to be your fault.
It's a good thing I mentioned it now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. We would have been in trouble without it. Oh, we can put it right in the chat of our... well, I guess I can't because I have it too big. So let me see. I'm going to do that. Here we go. This is where I need to be. All right. There you go, bud. You see it?
Yep.
All right. Cool. So I guess while you're getting that figured out, I will talk a little bit about the Midlands and Northgate. I'm going to head over to the tabletop where you're not actually there yet. You are there, but you're not there, if that makes any sense. Weird. All right, so I got a new tabletop. I put us on the top this time instead of on the bottom. All the people watching YouTube and checking out, I'll be like, what is happening here? There's differences. I don't know if I like it yet. But I'm going to change this to there's a Northgate map, and I just made a new. There we go. Oh, yeah, look at that thing.
That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, this is a Randy M map. And this would be all of our Gosa, which is also known as the Midlands. So the game, The Lost Lake, would have taken place over here. Oh, that's not working because I'm drawing lines on stuff. Here we go. Over here in the Surat jungle is where that was. Here's Melek right here.
Well, cool. Now who did this, Matt?
Randy M.
Okay.
You ever heard of him?
No, not that I know of.
He is a pretty awesome cartographer. I bet you if I showed you some stuff, you've seen it before. You probably just didn't know what his name was.
Is this then official? Is this going to be in any sort of publication, or is it already in? It's not in the. Or is it in the Midlands descriptive book?
It is.
It is. Okay.
It's in the Midlands book. There's also another map that I often use. This is the one that I used to use. But I have it miniaturized because of using it for a hex crawl. But I don't really know how much hex crawling is necessarily going to happen in this because a lot of it's going to be Duet Gaming, right? So I don't really know. I probably didn't. Did I move the map for you? I did. Yeah, I did. Okay. That's where Northgate is as far as that map goes, but I'll jump us back. Yeah, I wish it didn't do that. I'll jump us back here. All right, so anyway, this particular game takes place. Lake Argos dominates the Midlands, and Northgate is right here. Oh, wrong button. Right there. So right on the lake, and to the north is where Vorngard is, which is much of my previous Midlands game took place is in Vorngard, which is the first settlement in the Midlands of the Vornari, which are like Viking-esque worshippers of the Deep One. So like a Cthulhu-esque. I kind of picture it like a kind of a merge between Vikings and the Ironborn of Game of Thrones.
Okay.
I got tons and tons of information about that, but why don't we go ahead? So, I should probably add a character sheet to this. Are there already a bunch of character sheets?
No.
You don't see any?
I don't see any.
Interesting. So let's add a character sheet. All right, now you should be able to see one. See one now?
Yep, got it.
All right. All right. So I like to see that the two watchers on YouTube are just hanging out talking to each other. Keep it up, boys. Keep it up. pretty awesome. All right, so I guess I don't know how well you know the character sheet, I guess, but maybe I'll open it up as well. I think I did, but it's not showing up. I can't open it there. Interesting. Yeah, you guys are just not going to be able to see it, I guess. Oh, I know what I could do. I know what I could do. I'm going to edit the attributes here so all players can control it. Since we're the only two here, it's not going to matter, right? All right, and now I'll dip back over here. Oh, yeah. There we go. Now everybody can see the beauty that is the character sheet, February 2019. This was made quite a while ago. Some of the differences, you've played this before, so I think you remember that you have more attributes than usual. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 plus luck, which is a modified statistic. So
Right.
what I normally do is 4d6 in order, but since a lot of this is going to be Duet Gaming, I'll give you a bonus where you can choose whatever order you want. And you also, so all you have to roll is 6 stats, and then you get a 15 that you can put wherever you want.
Okay. So is there a way within Roll20 that I drop the low?
There
It's
is.
40.
Why don't you talk about what you were thinking about doing, and I'll go gather this macro. How's that sound?
Yeah,
think
I mean,
about-
I didn't have anything too extensive. I was just thinking a barbarian, fighter, or ranger, just any of the more warrior types. Just I don't know. Given that it's just the one-on-one duet gaming, I was just thinking about something that way.
Well, I hope that other people will actually play other characters as well, because I don't want it just to be all warriors. And the rogues are pretty survivable in this game, so are bards. There's a bunch of them that are pretty survivable in this game.
Sure. Yeah. And didn't I play a rogue in the last one? That's why I was not doing a rogue again.
I don't remember what you played.
But I'm pretty sure that's what I played. I'm checking my notes, see if I can see it in here. You know, I'm playing with Steve in a OSE game.
Steve Grodzicki?
Yep.
No, I did not know that.
We only played one, and it's a West Marches style game.
No, I hadn't even heard about it.
He was in that session. Yeah, it's being run by Yum DM. I don't know if you know him at all.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
Yeah. So that had 3 guys from Australia, and then me and a guy, I think, somewhere in the Carolinas.
I put on Twitter that I would be interested in that, but I don't remember what happened or why. Well, thanks for lurking, Trev. No problem. I feel like we're mainly lurking too. All right, so go to your hamburger up on the top right of Roll20. Open that up, and then you should be able to put that ability scores in your bar.
Under dice options? No.
Under macros. Not the setting bar, the hamburger, the 3 lines.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Okay, it's not showing me anything. Do I need to type something in?
When you go into macros, what do you see?
There's a thing to add. There's a toggle thing for show macro quick bar, which I toggled, but then underneath that it says decks and rollable tables, but there's nothing underneath that.
All
nothing
right,
listed.
So hit F5 and refresh your. Because even the people at home can see the little ability scores thing that I've added. You guys see it down here? Yeah, under ability scores, it should just have ability scores, and you should be able to click in bar and then show macro quick bar, and then you should be able to see it in the bottom left.
Yeah, okay. So it pops something up, but I don't see it on my end. Like I see underneath our names on Roll20, it doesn't show me anything that's clickable. It just shows like a shaded area, and if I toggle that show macro quick bar, it just disappears. So it's still not available to me.
You want me to roll for you?
Sure, that's fine.
All right, here you go, everybody. You get to see it happen in real time.
That doesn't look too bad.
Pretty shitty for
Strength.
46 roll. No, you get to choose wherever you want, and you can add a 15 anywhere you want. So you can make your strength 15 if you want to.
Where's the sheet? Oh, because I refreshed.
So I imagine a lot of people are going to be playing Duet Gaming, which is just one player, one GM. And I mean, this game is really survivable anyway, but that's because there's a lot of often other characters there. So anytime you just only have one GM and one player, there's going to be a lot of interaction between those two, obviously, because always the spotlight is only going to be on that character. So I'm really curious to see what happens. And I chose this particular location. I'll explain that, I guess, when we get into it. But all we have to do is see what Robert here is going to do for his character. While you're thinking about where your stats go, did you do you remember the cultures at all, or do you want me to kind of go over the cultures so you can?
Probably would help to go over it again.
All right, no problem.
Because I'm going to get confused between LFG and OSE since we played OSE more recently.
You should get confused. I'm just kidding, man. All right, so basically the cultures, you have the natives to the Midlands, known as the Midlanders or the Argosans. They're olive-skinned Midlanders, more formally known as Argosans, have a culture similar to medieval England, ruled by a king and court of hereditary highborn, vastly outnumbered by a growing underclass of commoners. So they pretty much would control the majority of the area around the lake here. That's what they would mostly be known. So their main areas of civilization would be Northgate, Port Brax, and Crow's Keep. Those are the Argosans. So normally they're not a numerous people, but control Lake Argos via the walled cities of Crow's Keep, Northgate, and Port Brax, making up the central basin referred to as the Midlands. The Argosans are leaders in scientific advancement in the region. For example, they are the sole producers of full plate mail and secret concoctions such as alchemist's fire. They venerate 7 deities, an amalgam of some of mankind's enduring divinities since the Second Age. The 7 ancients is what they're known by. Common Midlander apparel includes tunics, doublets, dresses, and tabards, complemented with sturdy trousers and boots. In times of war, only Midlanders field armies with heavy cavalry. Their main force consists of mail-clad men-at-arms, pikemen, and regimented archers. All right, got that?
Yep.
All right, then the Carracks. The albino Carracks are the elder and most striking. They live up in here. This mountain with the face in it up there. You see that?
Yep, I see it.
The albino Carracks are the elder and most striking of the Midland races, with milk-white skin and ghost gray hair. Of all humans dwelling in the region, they are ostensibly the most secure. Protected by the mountain fortress of Dull Carrack, the Ironhull Mountains, and the White Drifts beyond. The Circle of Five, an elite merchant council of Dalkarek's most powerful trading houses, rule the mountain. Carracks have access to the best metals and mineral resources in the land, which has made them exceptionally wealthy and affirmed their importance as trade partners. I've probably done the least with the Carracks. Next,
And you said they're albino?
yeah. Next would be the Nadicians, who live in a great empire to the south. This is their sole colony or northernmost city, known as Melek. The dark-skinned people of equatorial Nadicia are expansionists with the largest and most experienced forces in the region. They have dark eyes and hair, often cropped short or woven into tight braids. Nadicians are governed by the philosophical order known as the Lucentum. Might be Lucentum. In Latin, would C be hard or soft?
Not sure.
I think it's soft. Lucentum. Who value logic and reason above all other human qualities, including empathy. They worship no gods, but recognize that magic is real and dangerous. Sorcerers are hunted by the Ordo Malefactos. So that was actually a hard one. Lucentum. Malefactos, because it wouldn't be Malefastos. That would be weird. And those ousted, burnt alive. Slavery is fundamental to the growing empire, which increasingly relies on the conquered to provide conscripts and supplies. Integration is slow to non-existent. Although the empire offers trade and protection, forced occupation, and the Lucentum's credo makes genuine conversion difficult. Nadicians are partial airy togas and light tunics to accommodate the warmer southern weather. Melek is their northernmost city, founded approximately 60 years ago. All right.
And is that where we started in the Lost Lake?
Yep, in Melek.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, the last culture is the Varnori. The tall, pale-skinned northerners. The Varnori are ocean raiders from across the Boreal Sea with a powerful navy and veteran sailors. Vorngard is their southernmost settlement and first permanent encroachment into the Midlands. I should probably see it so people can see you here. They are new residents, erecting their first buildings a mere 20 years ago. A curious mix of reavers, warriors, and emerging farmers. The Northers are governed by the Council of Varnor, which is on the Isle of Varnor, some of whom are advised by rune seers said to be gifted with the power of prophecy. Varnori know but one deity, the Deep One, a vengeful and unforgiving god buried in the darkest depths of the sea, its primordial form slumbering until the end of days when the world will be unmade. Varnari clothing usually consists of heavy furs, cloaks, and waterproof leathers, consistent with the cooler northern climate. Northerners often braid their hair in beards, which are commonly shades of blonde, red, or light brown. In combat, the Varnari favor wooden shields, light armor, amenable to swimming, and sharp blades of all kinds. All right, so I've never really had this as a playable race before, but maybe I could be convinced. The last are the Thuls. Thuls are the Argos Basin barbarians, olive-skinned, heavy-set, and deeply tanned as a consequence of their long exposure to the sun. They tend towards dark hair and features, but lighter variants are not unknown. Exact Thul numbers are difficult to assess, but it's clear that the tribes are dwindling compared to the fast-breeding Scorn. A unified barbarian horde would be a potent force, but has yet to be achieved in recorded history. So I use the Thuls as different cultures that are less civilized than the ones that we've already detailed. Like I kind of figure like some of them might be First Nation people in the Great Plains, but they also could be more Aborigine-like in the Surat jungle, if that makes any sense.
Sure.
That's kind of just the way that I do it. So they're not nearly as cultured as the other cultures, even though the Varnori probably would normally be considered not very cultured.
So you've mainly had people play characters from
Varnor and Midland.
Lake Argos.
Yeah, but I've had Nadicians as well. I've had like anything but Carracks, really.
Why not Carracks?
I don't know. Just because I don't know if I know the culture that well, and I can't really figure out why too many people would be leaving from Carrack. It'd be something we could look into.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure. I was somewhat drawn that way, somewhat drawn to the, how do you say it? The Varnari?
Varnori, yeah.
Varnari? Yeah. Probably either would be fine. If I go with something like a barbarian.
All right. We got like 4 people watching at the old YouTube, and it looks like 9 or something watching at Twitch. Interesting. I wonder if they're the same people. All right. I was just catching up with everything. All right. So it said it started streaming 4 minutes ago. I wonder why that is. Probably because I blocked. I wonder if something's locked up. I hope somebody tells me. 8:15. Nope. So we should be good. All right. So you want to go with Varnori or the Karak, you think?
I mean, yeah. Either of those would probably be fine in terms of whatever you think in terms of.
So the place that we were going to start, like I said, is going to be here in. Oh, that's the wrong place. I should pull this out. Here in Northgate. Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Here in Northgate.
Yeah, I just saw that. Yep.
So it's a lot of, like, almost all of the civilization is around this lake. So, like I say, the Karaks live way up here. How they get down here to anybody else is anybody's guess. I don't really know. So, and why would a person from a Karakian be in Northgate? You know, that's up to you to decide if that's what you want to do. A Karak clothing according to caste and taste. Amongst the noble Mithri, intricate gowns and exquisite coats are common. The most powerful houses utilize rare and exotic materials, including highly exclusive rare silks from far eastern Shenzhou. Ornate masks are customary on formal occasions, worn by the influential as expressions of power, style, and house affiliation. Less prosperous commoners, known as kavar, dress more practically, but with similar ostentation, substituting valuable gems for faux stones and expert embroidery. Karaks believe that the spirits of their entombed forebears linger within the stone of their primordial home, revering their ancestor halls as holy gestalts of earth and soul. Traditionally, the more wealth one amasses, the stronger one's soul connects with the stone, perhaps partly explaining the Karak's preoccupation with commerce. The last of the dwarves, known as servitors, languish in Dol Karak, shackled and enslaved by the circle and their own racial gold lust. Numbering in the hundreds, they spend their days endlessly toiling in the mines, eager to exploit new veins. Karaks do not have a large standing army, but all citizens are required to undertake a period of compulsory military training and expected to take up arms in defense of their home if required. On the rare occasion they need to assert their interest in the field, the Circle prefer to send mercenaries to do their bidding. Dol Karak's resident Stone Guard are few in number, but expertly trained, equipped with intimidating armor, crossbows, and hammers.
Are they? Do you think they're based somewhat on like the Hyperboreans in Robert E. Howard's Hyboria?
Well, those weren't really human, right? And this is totally a human-centric game. Setting.
It's kind of hard to say. They were like similar, often depicted as kind of albino, magic-wielding, very tall. I would still consider them humans, but it's hard to say because they separated. I know they had separated from the rest of humanity for a long time.
Right. Yeah. And I mean, if you want, I don't really know. I don't necessarily think about the. Are you talking about the Hyborians from Hyperborea, the astonishing swordsmen and sorcerers of Hyperborea, or the culture that they're based on, I guess?
I mean, I don't. I'm not as super familiar with Clark Ashton Smith's stuff, so the mixture that Jeff is doing with that in
I like how you're on a
Hyperborea.
first name. I like how you're on a first name basis with him. Me and Jeff, we go way back. Hey, I saw that
I played a game with him, so
Dr. Greg Gillespie posted a picture with him, Mike Battalato, and Jeffrey Talanian all at Robert Howard's house.
oh, cool.
Just
I think I saw the
very
picture.
interesting.
Yeah, I think I saw the picture with Jeff Talanian there.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they also seem sort of like the culture also seems similar to what would they call it, the Synodicians from the what is that one? B4?
Oh, the one in the desert, the last the temple one or something. No, I can't remember. The Lost City.
Lost City. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminds me of the Synodicians also. I might go more with the Varnari then. If they're kind of more.
Well, there always could be a reason that one of them is out, right? They could be sent to gather information. They could be outcast. There could be a lot of reasons that Karakian is not in Dol Karak.
Right. The only thing I was thinking was like sort of like an Elric character, just because of the albino.
So
I'm envisioning them as also like kind of like very thin and almost delicate looking, but
yeah, but I mean, I think they would consider that more because he's more Melnibinian than he is a one of like a regular person that lives in his wherever Elric is, and like an elf, right? I think a lot of people picture him as an elf.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm always willing to hear some chatters out there. If anyone has any thoughts and they want to share it with Robert, I know that he is on. He's on the Twitch, so you can directly tell him, "Hey, quit messing around with Karoks and make a dang Varnori." The problem with the Varnori is they're going to be looked down upon in Northgate, right? Because they are. Varnor isn't that far to the north. Vorngard, I mean, isn't that far to the north from there. This is set to 10 miles per square, so it's only 50 miles up the up the Siltwater River to Vorngard. And they're mostly known as reavers and warriors, but there's going to be some mercenaries there, but there will be some culture conflict with the Argosans. Just like Nadicians will have some culture conflict with the Argosans.
Yeah, but how would the Karoks be viewed? Because they're hardly ever seen, right?
Yeah. So there would also be some cultural interaction there as well. It all depends on what kind of character you want to play, I think, really. And it doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to get into is what we'll delve into. That's what this is all about, really. Did you place your stats or anything yet?
No, because we've been talking, but I can do that.
You're supposed to be doing it at the same time.
I'm supposed to pay attention at the same time and do that?
Yeah, man. Come on, bro.
Okay, so I'm working on that now.
So, like, if you still wanted to be a fighter, then you probably don't even have a book, do you?
I have it only on PDF.
Nice. All right. Nothing wrong with that. You don't have to say it like you're ashamed. Hey, it's your fault, though, but I bought one of those book balls that you were talking about on Twitter.
I don't...
Hold your book open so it doesn't shut on you.
Oh, all right. Sure.
Like balls on each end, right? Book balls, kind of.
That's not... I call them... They look like blackjacks to me.
Yeah. Oh, I've never actually seen a blackjack, but I've seen a lot of balls in my life.
So you bought one of those?
Yep, on Amazon, so it should be here soon.
Because you didn't know anything about them before?
I think I've seen it before. I just didn't know what it was. I think I've seen it maybe like in a church or something for someone to hold open something on the vestibule or something like that.
Yeah, The only time I've seen one up close, like I said in that Twitter post, was that I was teaching. This was it when I was back at UNL, University of Nebraska Lincoln, and the guy who taught before me, he was like a philosophy professor, so he probably read from books a lot. So he had brought that in there, but forgot it and left it there. I thought about swiping it, but then I was like, I won't do that. But student came up and looked at it, and he looked at it, looked at me, and he's like, "Is that a blackjack?" And I was like, "No, it's the whole book's open."
All right, so
yeah, they could come in handy. And I only have this on PDF because I didn't know how much we were going to, how much I was going to play this. I know I was going to play the Lost Lake game, and I like it. In fact, the problem I have with PDFs is that I can't read to the same. Generally, I can't read to the same level of comprehension as I can with an actual physical book. So
I hear you, man.
I've talked with Eric Salzwedel in terms of doing some trade, but that hasn't happened yet because he said he probably won't play it, and so he'd be fine with getting rid of it.
That's
I'll either do that. Yeah, I'll either do that or I'll just buy the book myself later.
Problem. All right, so I don't know if you remember, but we can see I just put the score the same as your max because in this game you can lose attribute. There can be attribute damage from different things. I was also,
right,
I don't know if you remembered, but we have this book as well, the class toolkit compendium that we could add some stuff on to a fighter if you so desired, from good old Brad Ullman, Goblin Scribe Gaming, who's hanging out in the YouTubes with us today.
Cool. Yeah, I haven't looked at that very much.
You have the PDF because I gave it to you.
Yeah, I don't know if I saved it, but because I was figuring if I like it, I'll just buy it because I like to throw money at people.
All right, so as far as the fighter goes, there's a weapons master, a warlord, a samurai. So I don't know if the samurai would really fit unless he came from that distant land, Shengzu or something, I think is what he calls it. Or the battlesmith. Which I don't know if that really sounds necessarily like what you're looking for either. Maybe we should just start with the fighter because you haven't played one of those before.
Well, I've only played the rogue, so yeah.
And as you know, the rogue has a lot of interesting things it can do. So let's move along here through the fighter. And we can... So you have 1d5 plus 5 plus con bonus per level. But we'll just go with 10. And then you have a 2, so you start with 12 hit points. So we can make your current and your max 12 there. Your attack bonus as a first level fighter is a 1. Ooh, Digital Lurk says degenerate old humanity branch. So I don't know if he was saying that about the Hyperboreans or if he was saying that about the Karuks. Hey, Goblin Scribe Gaming. He's hanging out on the Twitch as well. Nice. All right. Good. Thanks, guys. I need it. All right. So, all right. We got the hit points in. Your attack bonus is a 1. We're going to use Deluxe Initiative. So that's clicked. We don't know what your armor class is yet. Reroll pool is going to be 1 because your first level, it's the same as your level. All right.
Okay. What are the two numbers? One is just what the max is, and the other one's if you use it.
Yeah. So you can kind of keep track of it if you like. If
okay.
It goes between
sessions
right there,
or
something like that. Your Dark and Dangerous Magic, which presumably wouldn't happen a lot with a fighter. Did you go with a fighter, or have you decided yet?
No, I haven't decided. I didn't. That's why I was so surprised that you were saying we're going to do the fighter.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. We should probably figure that out. All right, so you said a fighter type, which occultist is a paladin, pretty much. So occultist is going to be a pretty good fighter because they can use light and medium armor. Oh, I thought they could use heavy armor. Son of a biscuit. I wonder if I've been making them with heavy armor. Anyway, barbarian.
I was leaning towards barbarian.
Okay. How come?
I don't know. That's where I was leaning.
All right. Well, that's not a problem. All right, so it would be D6 plus 6 plus con. So 14. Their attack bonus is also a 1. I wonder if he has any cool barbarian things. He's got an abomination, an alternate ferocious rage, a beast stalker, a berserker, a juggernaut, a savage, and shamanism in the other book. All right, so you got the attack bonus as 1. Nice. Ferocious. Go ahead.
Do those things come in right away, or is that something that you develop as you level up?
I think it's more of a kit, so to speak. So it does develop as you level up. So these kind of replace
The standard stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So the abomination. Taking any ability in this boundless strength. It's almost like you have grotesque mutation. So
Yeah, I'm not thinking that.
Beast Stalker. You sense your enemies weakening and like a shark know when to hit the hardest. Thrill of the hunt, wild domain. Berserker is bloody wrath. He's got an alternate rage in here as well, instead of the ferocious rage in the book, which is pretty cool. As a barbarian, you may harness a primal and ferocious rage. You begin an adventure with 1 use of this ability per level. You may regain expended uses by taking short or long rest. To enter or end a rage, you must declare such during your turn, or you may trigger it in response to suffering damage or being subjected to a charm, fear, or madness effect during someone else's turn. Your rage lasts a number of rounds equal to your con modifier. If triggered after your turn, that round doesn't count. Your rage is loud and guttural, ruining any chance of stealth. You may speak, but most words are incomprehensible, and you cannot cast spells. Whilst raging, you gain a +2 to strength and con checks, as well as attack rolls, damage rolls, and luck saves. In addition, you become immune to or suspend charm, fear, and madness effects, and all damage you suffer is halved, including damage that triggers a rage.
Yeah, I actually like that.
A lot of people do. This is a Hawk's favorite character, I think. He almost always seems to play a barbarian. All right, so your other thing you can do at first level is you have advantage whenever you need to make a check related to wilderness lore. All right, so it sounds like you've decided. So class would be barbarian. Background. I guess the question would be that you would going to have to think about is why is your barbarian in Northgate? I guess he doesn't really have to be in Northgate, so to speak, but my plan was kind of trying to start and finish every game in Northgate so I don't have to have a million different campaigns, individual campaigns going. That way, if there were 2 people, you could join in as well. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So would there be any reason for, is there a need for mercenaries here?
Oh, for sure. There could be. Yeah. And that's commonly, Varnori are commonly mercenaries.
So that's what I'd probably go with there. Maybe he has, I don't know, been exiled from his clan, if it's a clan organization type stuff, but
it doesn't even have to be exiled. You maybe just came down here looking for your own wealth, or we could figure that out. You could figure it out now. He could be exiled, or maybe the Rune Seers were upset with him for something he did, or maybe that's why he was outcast. We could figure all that out as we go.
Right, something like that, or the group he was with was slaughtered, and he went down to Northgate to make his living.
All right. Do you think it looks like you get another language? Maybe it would make some sense for it to be Argosan.
So the background means the Vornari. Is that what that means for them?
I don't know. I think they might have a background thing. I don't remember. I usually just make something up. What do you think you did as when you were involved with before you came to Vorngard? Because it's only been around for 20 years. Unless you're quite young, which you can be. I have nothing against that. Unless you're quite young, you wouldn't. Looks like Goblin Scribe Gaming says that you should be trading hides and furs. Hey, Joe the Lawyer's here. Ray Case is here. They're saying my audio is low. I know, guys, and I can't figure out what's going on with that. I'm going to have to get a new mic or something.
Yeah, it's coming in fine on my end now.
Yeah. I know that it's an issue when I like turn away. All right. Joe the Lawyer and Ray Case, glad to have you guys. Thanks for hanging out, guys. That's exciting. Goblin Scribe Gaming says you should be trading hides and furs. And Digital Lurk says you should be a Carrick Blade Guard escort mission. So I don't even know what that means, Digital Lurk. Tell me some more, buddy. Tell me some more.
It's pretty
specific, right?
Pretty specific, yeah.
I don't even know what a Blade Guard is, brother. All right, so yeah, do you
said
think...
an additional language? Is there like a common tongue?
Well, I would think you'd know Vornari, your culture, and then the Argosan would probably be the common tongue in the Midlands, since they're the native culture to this area.
Okay. How do you spell Vanari?
Varnori. Varnori. Thanks, real long shot.
Oh, say that.
Varnori. Varnori.
And then Argosan doesn't have like a... Is it just Argosan, like Argossen?
Argosan. We're playing some low fantasy gaming, Ray. What do you think about that, buddy?
Yeah, on Twitch, the real long shot said that your audio sounds good to him. Sounds at the same level as me. So I don't know if it's YouTube thing or what.
The mic isn't as good as it used to be, and I have it like maxed out where before I wouldn't have to, and it would still like redline almost, and it's not doing that, and I don't know why. So I don't know if I'm gonna have to get a new preamp or what. I don't know where it's at, but probably like my OBS settings are leveling everything for us in OBS, which that should be going out to YouTube as well. So, son of a biscuit. All right. Anyway, let's get back to this. What's next, my man? Is that what you're waiting for me to say? You can fill out this stuff as much as you want to. As far as background goes, what do you think you did the most? Are you born? How old are you, I guess would be the question. Are we remaking Conan here? Because I wouldn't really call him a berserker.
Is it Conan specifically? No.
Okay. What do you think? Like, did he grow up in Vorngard in this new colony of the Varnori, or did he come recently here looking for something? There is.
I think he.
Go ahead.
I think he grew up there.
Oh, okay. He was born here, so he's fairly young, right? So he must be like one of the first born people in Vorngard, which is cool. All right, so maybe we should look to see what Vorngard looks like just to give you an idea. All right, so let's dip this over here to Vorngard. So you can see like it's all wooden structures. Let me move this out of the way for a second. We got some tokens on here from previous games. What is going on? So you would know some stuff. You would know some stuff about Vorngard because you grew up here, obviously. So.
And how old is it? Did you say?
20 years.
Okay.
Vorngard is only 20 years. It's controlled by the Jarl Osgood and his thugs. They have complete control, except for maybe the Rune Seers, who are the clerics or the followers of the Deep One, who kind of control the religious aspect of the area. Maybe I'll read you the Varnor. This is a lot of me reading stuff, but that's okay, right? You don't mind, do you? Are you taking notes?
I haven't yet. I have my notebook out to take notes, but I haven't written a single thing down.
Here's the overview of Vorngard as we're looking at it here. Vorngard is only 20 years old, the newest city of the region and the southernmost stronghold of Varnor. The city, in quotes, is really more of a fortified frontier town, wild and lawless, but for the decrees of Jarl Osgurd and the whims of his enforcers, known as the Jarlsmen. The streets are winding, muddy paths rutted by carts and hooves, flanked by wooden buildings with pitched roofs, architectural motifs of dragons, the sea, and shield heraldry dominate. There is a distinct lack of stone or brick dwellings. The temperature in Vorngard is cool, often with a crisp wind blowing from the north. Sanitation is poor, and an unpleasant stench tends to permeate any time the wind stops blowing, which fortunately is rarely. The city is primarily a staging point for Vinori raiders heading south, but with each passing year, greater numbers of northerners turn to trade and farming as a way of life. Vorngard has a reputation for producing fine ships, skilled crew, and fearless 6.5-foot mercenaries. Whilst the city boasts shrines to minor river and lake spirits, there is but one temple, tended to by priests of the Deep One. Cool?
Cool.
So that is Vorngard. And there's many reasons you could have been trading. You could have been like journeying, helping a trader's mission, the Herders and Farmers Coalition to south. Just recently in my campaign, which I'm going to just take up the earlier stuff that's happened in the Midlands and just place it right over top of this, like a thin, awesome veneer. Hopefully not as shallow as that, but anyway, they have signed a trading agreement basically with the herders and growers of Vorngard. So these would be the Vornori who want to stay here and not just reap it for all the treasure it can to send back to Varnor. So these are the people who want to stay and build lives and families here in the Argosa.
Okay.
All right. Are you wondering why I'm telling you this?
No. So are you? I was just trying to make sure I'm following. So the people of Vorngard are that way. Is that what you're saying?
Some of the people of Vorngard are that way, and they're known as the Herders and Grower, the HGC, the Herders and Growers Coalition, or something like that. It's just like a group that has gained some strength and actually sent a delegation south to Northgate to treat with the priests there. There's a particular priest that's known, or one of the seven ancients that's known for civilization and trade and such. And so, why would I just flip away from that? The brokers are their clergy members.
Right. So, I mean, I don't know how much you want me to have this settled, but I mean, one idea could be that maybe my character is part of that sort of delegation, but finds that sort of work boring and is looking for something much more adventurous once he gets to Northgate.
So that already happened, but you could be a guard on like a subsequent effort. You could have been a guard on a subsequent effort for sure.
Okay. The other thing that was coming to mind was like I had to flee Vorngard because I somehow got on the bad side of the Jarl.
Yeah, and that would be pretty easy to do. Because like he is no one really can mess with him too much as far as, whatever he wants to do, basically.
Right. Yeah. So again, I don't know how much you want me to have that like completely clear in my mind, but that's one I kind of like.
Okay, that sounds good to me. We'll make it so, and then we could always flash back to exactly what happened or how that happened or whatever if we wanted to. So yeah, you got out of there as soon as you could, joined up with the HGC, and we're a member on a trading vessel along the saltwater there, or the siltwater down south into Northgate. So I'll give you some information on Northgate. We'll switch the map over. If anyone has any questions, feel free to belt them out.
So Steve wrote this, right? Also for the
Yes.
Midlands, right?
Yes.
Did he talk? Does he have? So I don't have that book, that supplement. Does he have like an appendix N for that too?
For the
Like
supplement?
what are all the influences that he used to create the world? I mean, it's very sword and sorcery, so I don't know. Like, okay, and he's also got obvious Norse
Cultural,
mythology type
yes.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say it's Norse,
Okay.
right? Would you?
I mean,
Because the Vikings only worship the deep one. That's it.
sure. Okay. But it's somewhat based on it.
Yeah, the culture is, I would say, but not
Right,
the religion.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely the culture is. Here's Northgate. Pretty cool place. Set amid graceful monuments of the last elven kingdom with views of Wistwood, the Iron Hull Mountains, and Lake Argos, many consider Northgate the most beautiful Midlander city. Boasting the finest colleges, libraries, and rare experts, she is also rightly regarded as the most scientifically advanced society of the region. But all is not well with the jewel of Argosa. Whilst technically under the auspices of King Uldred, excuse me, I better get a drink of water. I'm not even doing the voice, man. Of King Uldred, Northgate is in practice ruled by Nocratha, an elderly sorcerer and the king's sole sanctioned wizard. Increasingly bizarre edicts, missing citizens, and the rise of the anointed, who are Nocratha's hand-picked devotees, have stirred up considerable tension, fear, and resentment amongst a growing proportion of the population. Looks like Goblin Scribe Gaming says, I remember Steve saying primeval Thule, or Thule, if you would prefer, was the big influence for the Midlands, if he recalls correctly.
Yeah, and I do have that book, which is a really cool setting.
I don't, but I do have this one. Nocratha has ruled Northgate for 60 years, since before most residents were born, and some say he will rule for 60 more. An uprising 8 years ago was mercilessly crushed by the steward via a terrible and secretly arcane plague that primarily targeted rebellious highborn, wiping out half the noble families. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Pretty weird. The Real Long Shot says he is still planning to run LFG, Low Fantasy Gaming, not looking for game, though he may be looking for players. I don't know. In Primeval Thule. Do you say Tule or do you say Thule, real long shot? What about you, Robert? What do you say?
I like the sound of Thule better than Tule.
I say Thule as well because I mean I can just hear James Earl Jones saying, "I am Lord Vanka of Thule," but I don't hear him saying, "I am Lord Vanka from Tule." It sounds French when you say it that way, but that's how Kevin Madison says it's pronounced. I don't know.
Yeah, and I don't know if there are multiple pronunciations. I was going to ask you about that, how he pronounced it, because doesn't he have his own sort of setting that he developed
for Hyperborea? Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like Joe the Lawyer asked if this was a one-on-one game. Yeah, it is a one-on-one game. It's my pickup game. I don't have a great schedule business-wise because I just started a new business. So I never know when I'm going to be able to have time. So I just have a group of people that I say, hey, I got some time. Do you want to play for a few hours? This is actually the first person who went ahead and did that. So we know he's crazy.
Yeah, and people who don't know me might not know that my day job, I'm a university professor, so I'm off for the summer now. So I got lots of time.
Oh, man, you know what? All this time I've been switching back and forth. These people can't even see the dang map. And you guys should have to tell me these things, otherwise I'll mess it up. You didn't get to see...
Long...
Oh, he did tell us that?
The real long shot says he likes the sound of Thule. Yeah, I'm looking at my dictionary right here, and so how does Kevin Madison say it?
Tule.
Tule. All right, so the pronunciations I see are Thule.
Oh, maybe he says Thule. I've heard that too, I think.
Right, Thule is probably the most historically relevant one, and then the other one, because this is in Greenland currently, is Thule.
Thule. So no Bules in this game, just Thules.
Right, Thule. The Thule is close enough, right? Because you got the Thule. If you go with that, you can do Thule, which is...
I mean, I think you could rationalize it to anything you want, Robert. All right, so... Oh, sorry, brothers. Here we go. All right, where are we at anyway? We got... At least the people can see the map now. Man, we should have started later. This is when everyone starts to show up. See you. Good night, Real Long Shot. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. All right, but I lost your character sheet. Oh, that's bad news, maybe. There it is. I'm going to close it, though. Reopen. There we go. Now everyone can see it. All right, so you want me to find you an image, or are you going to find one?
Like, do you want me to do that now, or can I give that to you later?
Well, if you actually wanted to play, I would assume a token would be involved. And if we don't have an image, we can't have a token.
Right. You'll probably need to find something then, because I don't have a readily available. I can look real quick, but I don't know if I have anything that's...
So what I normally do is we can just give you... There is a pack that like each of the characters have for each class.
Yeah, that sounds good.
A gear pack, which is what I usually use. 'Cause I don't really like buying equipment personally. And so I just assume everyone feels the way I do about things. So you ready to write this stuff down?
Let me go back to the
maybe
character sheet.
I will copy it and paste it into the chat. How's that sound? That makes the most sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Gear pack. All right, there you go.
Where did you put it?
In the Roll20 chat.
Oh, sorry.
No problem. All right, while you're transcribing that, I'm going to go to the bathroom. I think we're about at least halfway. So, all right. Do you want to hang out and still talk to people, or what do you want? Are you going to stay, or are you taking a break?
I could take a break too.
Okay. All right, we'll be right back, everybody. I'm going to just put us back on the stream starting, and we'll be right back. All right, people, we're back. So I had an idea for a starting scenario, but the character he's making is making me think of something else entirely. So that's pretty interesting. That's why this stuff is cool, because you never really know what it's going to make you think of. I mean, I never do anyway, I guess. I shouldn't say you never know, but I never know. I never know, my friends. So I'm playing with maps. Welcome back, buddy.
So let me copy the stuff over.
Sounds good to me, man.
So I get either a spear or a short bow. Is that what you're saying?
Steve's really saying it, but I'm agreeing with him. Sorry, you also get 1 melee weapon, 1 armor, 1 shield if available to that class, and D6 gold.
Okay.
If that helps you decide.
I need to go find where the melee weapons are.
What do you picture yourself using?
Probably an axe. It's gonna be too stereotypical, but it just seems to fit with it. But let me just. Page 59.
I'm not going to mess with it. You do you, brother. I won't say stereotypical, even if that's what you are. Oh, geez. I was just telling everyone else that's hanging out with us that my original plan, I did have like a duel is cool. Oh, gosh. We have a lot of people talking over here. If you actually wanted to play, I must have said that earlier. Sorry, Ray. I don't remember when I said it. Thule is cool, says Brad. The whole reason to play. Digital Lurk says Thule. Ray's going to bed. He's turning into a pumpkin. Good night, Ray Case. Tahule. Tahule is how Ray says it's pronounced.
Look, I'll play what my dictionary says. So Thule is how my dictionary pronounces it.
All right, you heard it here first, people. I mean, not first, but you did hear it here.
And that's from the American Heritage Dictionary.
You can tell he's in faculty because he has to say which dictionary it comes from. All right.
Okay. Trying to remember where you put. Oh, up here.
Where I put what?
Melee weapons. It's right under melee weapons. And so the attack bonus, does that automatically get added in on Roll20 with the character sheet?
I don't know.
Because it also has stuff with like a plus to hit, but I assume that's an additional.
Yeah, because you're going to have strength is going to be in there. So armor is abstracted in this game, which is cool. So what that means is that your armor can be defined narratively however you want, but the actual statistics are what decides what its properties are. So, and then the properties also give you penalties depending on how much it helps you. Meaning, like medium armor is as high as you can go with a barbarian, which is a +3 AC, a -2 penalty checks on move silently and swim. But it is a +3 AC. So it's up to you what you want it to be. So some of the examples are chain shirt, scale shirt, breastplate, like a bone armor, reinforced hides, monstrous chitin, or chitin, I guess is the actual way to pronounce that, since we're being so specific on our pronunciations. He chose a barbarian digital lurker. Or digital lurk.
Okay. Actually didn't hear what you just said.
I said you chose a barbarian. That's all right.
No, not that one. What was the +3 thing that you were talking about with the armor?
The armor can look however you want it to. You can say whatever the narrative portions of the armor are, but it just has properties. If it's a +3 AC, it gives you a -2 to move silently and swim checks.
Okay, but hold on that. So I know on the barbarian character class, didn't it give some limits for armor? Light and medium? Is that the medium?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What about light? Light gives you what?
+1, but there's no penalties.
Okay. Do they give examples on that one?
Yes.
I assume stuff like leather.
Leather, studded leather, hide, heavy robes.
I would envision some sort of mixture of leather and hide, but light armor.
I mean, a chainmail shirt is not unheard of either, but your guy making this kind of guy more woodsy guy, is that why?
Yeah.
Like a reinforced hide?
Yeah.
All right, so that would be +3 to your AC. And a -2 on move silently and swim checks. We're kind of all over the place with creating this character, guys. This is kind of the way I do everything. Not very efficiently, but we usually get to the place we're headed to in the end. Digital Lurk says classic by making a barbarian, by the way. All right, so I guess I'm going to head back to the character portion here because we have some things that we need to figure out, right? All right, so we have our hit points. Constitution is your key attribute. It has something it says here about it, but we're going to override the barbarian class with your culture probably. Because, I mean, why do you think you are more barbaric and have a ferocious rage than other Varnori?
I don't know. What do you mean by that?
Well, like if they're a fighter, right? They don't have a ferocious rage. It's kind of almost like a berserker thing that you go into, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not all of them are berserkers. So that's kind of interesting that your character is. And maybe that's why how you got into trouble in a berserker rage. You did some stuff you probably shouldn't have done to get on the wrong side of the Jarl. No?
Sure, that's one possibility. I mean,
we don't have to decide now. Just
right. I was thinking more of something like coming in between the Jarl's men and maybe the Argosans that we are trying to build like a sort of commercial trade relationship. I don't know how much the Jarl's into that, or if the Jarl's more into just reaving and raiding and that sort of stuff.
I think that it kind of is. It's a position of flux right now in Vorngard. There's definitely a group of his vassals or whatever you want to call them, his underlings that want to do that, but his job is to continue to send money back to Varnor, right? And so if he can get that from them through trade, then he's going to do that. But the easiest way and the way they're most used to is just taking. But I think he realizes that it's probably in some way necessary, because I don't think they would have built this whole outpost or this fort if they didn't. They need food, they need all these things, and they would quickly have ran out of that if they didn't start doing their own.
Sure.
Digital Lurk says he was born on the battlefield, which is a Conan reference.
Right.
Which I would never say that Conan is a barbarian class. I would say he's not a barbarian class. But, I mean, maybe. You don't really see him go into a red rage very often. I have seen it in a few of the things that I've been reading back over recently. You're a Conan aficionado, right?
I've read a fair amount, sure. I have not read all of the Robert E. Howard Conan stories, though.
I have, but not in a long time. I'm mostly into the comics at this point, both Marvel and Dark Horse, and is that it? Just Marvel and Dark Horse, I guess.
There's also the Blaze comics right now. I don't know if you've seen those at all.
Blaze?
Blaze, which it's a French company that's doing adaptations of actual stories, and I can't remember if they're doing that because outside of the U.S., I know in Australia they consider the Robert E. Howard stories to be public domain, but because they're not because Blaze is not the official license for comics, but
no, I didn't see that.
Some people don't like them because the art is very it's very distinctive, and some people don't really like the art style, but other people really like the comics, and they've dumped on the most recent Marvel stuff. But some of it I understand. It's just because they're adapting Robert E. Howard stories. I mean, it's hard to get better than that, right? In fact, you're not going to get better than that.
I don't know. I think it's possible that someone could do something as good or better. Maybe, I don't know. I like a lot of the stuff in the comics because I have a bunch of the old. I've been recollecting the Chronicles and the volumes of the both Dark Horse and Marvel, and they have the new Marvel, right? The new Marvel stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I have some of the old Savage Sword of Conan stuff. I didn't grow up with it, but I got the collected stuff, and then I have read the more recent Marvel stuff, and some of it's been pretty good, and some of it's been lackluster. But it depends on who's doing the writing, and they switch it around all the time with
Common. Digital Lurk is saying back when Marvel was good with Conan the Barbarian and Conan the King. Did you read The Life and Death of Conan, volumes 1 and 2?
No.
It's kind of interesting.
You're asking me?
I am asking you, yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't.
All right. Let's get this staying character finished. But you definitely seem like a kind of a wild man, so reinforced hide and leather is what your armor looks like, and we can get into the description of that when we meet your character for the first time. All right, so you get the following skills. Animal lore.
Wait. Where do I put that stuff in? Is that under here? Okay, never mind. I see it.
In the skill section.
Animal lore. And what's the attribute associated with that? Is that...
I would have to go to that page to figure that out, man.
So I can just write them in and then we can look it up.
I'm pretty sure it's intelligence. fairly certain it's intelligence.
Skills. Here we go.
Animal lore
Intelligence.
is intelligence.
That's intelligence.
Wilderness lore, which is also intelligence. And then you get to choose 4.
All right, let me go back to the... I'll go to that sheet.
I'm going to drop it in so maybe people can be involved with the choice and they can vote on it. How does that sound? You do not have to follow anything that they choose, of course, but
Sure, they can give me some help, but
all right, you guys. What do you think NOLAbert should choose? I'm going to drop it in the chat here. All right, there you go. There's the list, y'all. Oh, you guys can't see it. I don't think I got to change the changes to the table tab. All right, there you guys go. There's all the there's the map and the character sheet, and there's all the skills that he can choose. What do you guys think that this red-hazed rager berserker from Vorngard should choose as his other skills? I get the feeling that you maybe like to spend more time out in the wilderness than you do maybe in cultured cities. Is that accurate?
yeah, that sounds pretty good.
So I don't really see your character necessarily getting too involved in politics, but obviously if you don't do politics, sometimes politics do you, right? So, anyone got any suggestions? I would think like stealth. Are you a sneaky guy?
I was thinking stealth.
Okay.
Although again, it's like the stuff that you always expect from.
Right, but here's the thing also, what we should probably reiterate for those who already knew and mention for those who didn't. In low fantasy gaming, anybody can use any skill. Wilderness lore comes base, digital lurk. You can do everything, you just don't get to use your reroll pool, and you don't get a bonus to your attribute. So you don't have to have the skill in order to do things. So even if you didn't have stealth, you would still take dex and then you would roll. But by taking stealth, it gives you a +1 to your attribute. Like, what's your dex?
Dex is 14, so that's a +1.
Yeah, so you'd get a 15 or under to be able to sneak around. Athletics and detection, says Brad. Did you already take those? Looks like you have animal lore, wilderness lore. You took detection and stealth so far.
So far. It says athletics. That was the one I was leading to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Are you thinking strength or dex is going to be your main focus? Then I would go athletics as opposed to acrobatics.
It's the last one. Let's see what's the last one, right?
This is the
it's
tough one, right? One more. What do you guys think? Do you think you're deceptive in interactions? You don't really seem like a charisma-based character very much.
No.
But that might be why you would want to be good at those things. So, divine lore? Are you interested in the religions of the land?
No. I'm going to go with apothecary. That I have knowledge of healing poultices and stuff like that.
All right, interesting. So let's intimidating. I don't think intimidation is one of the skills. I use a willpower check in my morale. It's not necessarily written anywhere, I don't think, but that's what I use. So anybody could do it. But I often maybe would give someone like a charisma bonus or something if they had one, because I think that, or you could maybe use strength, or you can, in low fantasy gaming, you can also use different abilities for the skills. You don't have to use, like you could gather information, could be some different, hey, he went for the apothecary as well. You could use different attributes with the skills, basically. So cool. It's interesting you didn't take sailing, but maybe your character, who is currently unnamed, right?
Yeah, currently.
He wasn't much of a sailor, which would be unusual. But since you were landborn in Vorngard, it makes some kind of sense that you didn't really sail here from the island of Varnor. So that's interesting. Do you want to roll a d20 on the male Varnori names, or do you want to be a female?
No, I'm gonna play male.
Okay.
Let's see.
Do you want to roll a d20, or do you want to just pick a name?
I'll roll it, I guess.
You don't
Did I
have
do that
to.
wrong, Brian? How do I do that? It's
/r
slash
space 1d20. Yeah.
What does that come up with? 16.
16. It comes out with Ragnar, but
That's too.
how about Vignal?
Spell it.
Vignaal. Vignal.
That's fine. I'll do that one. I like that.
One up is Steiner, so you can attach it to your BattleTech.
Yeah, I don't know BattleTech stuff very well.
Another
Did not
reason-
play that back in the day.
Another reason that you're dead to me.
I didn't play it back in the day. It wasn't one of the games I played. I'm not against it. Never said I was not going to play it ever.
So Digital Lurk in low fantasy gaming, they usually suggest strength or con for athletics because they already have an acrobatics skill, which makes some sense to me that if it would be dexterity based, you're probably going to use acrobatics, but if it's going to be athletics based, then you're going to use strength or con most of the time. Other games definitely do that because a lot of 3.0 type games they don't have both acrobatics and athletics, do they? Do you know?
Yes, and me.
Yeah.
And which games are you talking about?
3.0 games, 3X games.
Yeah,
edition.
I don't know the third edition very well.
I don't either. All right, so we got our skills figured out. You have your weapons figured out. You have your abilities figured out. You have your equipment figured out. Are we missing anything?
I don't think so.
I think tumbling would probably go acrobatics, in my opinion, in this game. Maybe not every game, but in this game, it would be acrobatics, Digital Lurk.
Yeah, I think that's the case because if you look at the
skill description,
tumbling is actually specified under acrobatics.
Jumping, tumbling, parkour, escapology, tests of agility and reaction, including interceptions, triggering rescue exploits, but not initiative, is acrobatics. So, apothecary says first aid, injury, recovery, poisons, biology, disease, which is kind of interesting.
Right, and then that kit you gave me has antitoxin herbs.
Yeah, 1d2, so you better roll that.
Oh. I have to roll it? It's not... Okay, 1d6, 1d2 for the number of torches.
Yeah, man. And it's 1d6 gold pieces as well that you would have.
Here's how many torches.
Yeah, 5 torches, man.
That's my...
Matt Jackson in the YouTubes. What's up, Matthew? No one should listen to me. You're correct. The YouTube is way more active right now than Twitch. That's funny. You missed it, Matt. Joe the Lawyer was in here earlier. I forget who Digital Lurk is. I should know, but I always forget. Sorry, buddy. I don't know these names very well.
Why does it seem like you're getting more people tonight than when we ran the Lost Lake?
I don't know. I don't know, man. How can you? How does anybody do anything? or decide what they're going to do. I don't know. It's funny because it was Thursdays too. That's the thing.
Maybe it's summer.
It would be the opposite usually, wouldn't it? You'd think more people would be on YouTube or whatever on in the winter than they would the summer. But people like
maybe.
Matt, they live in Tennessee anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right. So, do we have a complete character?
Think so.
Oh my goodness. It doesn't usually take this long to make characters, by the way, if anyone's wondering. We definitely did a lot of BSing. All right. I'm looking for... So they have usually dark hair, reddish, blonde, and light brown, right? Isn't that what the thing said?
That's what it sounded like. Yeah.
Do you have any image requests at all?
I'm going to do darker brown hair. Is that right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, usually lighter red, light brown. Is it darker because your mother isn't Varnori?
Could be. Sure.
There's a picture here that kind of maybe looks a little bit like a certain dude. Oh, there's one with he's got blonde hair though. It's like the same look, but he's got blonde hair.
Am I seeing this somewhere?
No. Do you want to see it?
Sure.
He doesn't have a shirt on. All righty. All right, we're looking up pictures for this character if anyone's wondering what in the heck we're doing. So I can make a token. Oh, what the heck did I just do? That was weird. Interesting. What did we say your character's name is? Vornal?
Yeah. Do you have a huge, like, folder filled with
No.
token images?
No, I just usually look them up and then I make a token real fast. Vignal, not Vornal, Vignal. All righty. This is pretty cool. You can see my mouth open as I'm thinking. All right, what do you think of that, dude?
Where is it?
On your character sheet. Maybe I have to hit save changes. Oh, Red, what's up, buddy? Oh, so Joe told you, Matt. I see. You always do what that guy says. I understand. Oh, so Red, you should know all about it, man. Red, along with some others, myself included, we're working on a Varnori supplement. What's going on, dude? That thing is not working on this. Let me shut this off and reopen it. There we go. Do you see the picture? What do you guys think out there in the viewership land? Yay or nay? What do you think, Robert? You didn't really say anything. You can't see the character. You have to go to the bio and info tab.
I'll have to reopen it. Yeah, sure, that's good. I like that one.
You do.
Yeah, so he's got more of like a. We'll do that one. Light brown, blondish.
Yeah. All right. I'm doing some technical magic in the background, which I'm really not that good at. So it seems like I'm messing around. That's why. Because I am.
So did you get the idea for this because Gaming and BS did that Duet
No.
Gaming episode?
Nope. I was thinking about it before that, but it was just kind of interesting that it worked out at the same time, kind of. But sure, we can say that I did.
Give them that glory as the show comes to an end.
That's right. I sent in a message. We'll see if they read it next episode.
My assumption is that it's not all serious and it's got more of your humor to it. Is that right?
You think so?
That would be my guess.
That's probably got both. I'm a serious guy. Don't you ever listen to Random Screed?
Yeah, I've listened to every episode.
Oh. All right. Sorry. I shouldn't have doubted you, brother.
I'm just not somebody that calls in, so no one's ever heard me.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
That's because I still have to put the app on my phone, which I've not done.
So if I had a different place that you could call, would you call in then?
I just need to get around to doing it. That's all it is.
Yeah. I believe that.
And then sometimes I have an idea like, oh, this is something I can
call in about,
and then I forget about it, and then you've already released a new
it doesn't matter.
episode, and it's that sort of question's passed.
That doesn't matter to me. Who's sending me messages? Oh my goodness. Furiously eclectic people sent me a message. Don't these guys know they can't keep on sending me messages like this?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's a Discord. Oh, Jesus. I got so many dang windows open right now. Whoa, what's this? That's weird. It should be on this. Oh, I actually did a search on Bing somehow. I don't even know how I did it. This is what oh, that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for my roll 20. Has anyone seen my roll 20 anywhere? Here it is. All right. Why is that not working? Oh, I forgot how to do this, you guys. This is insane. All the stuff that I've done so many times, just naturally, I've like forgotten half of it. All right, here we go. I got your token. It's just kind of a big picture of your face. Hope you don't mind.
Yeah, it's fine.
All right, now we've attached it to the token. So all right, so this represents Vignal nameplate C. Save. All right, now it's totally attached to the... Did I already say that once? Totally attached to your character sheet. So you can't actually die in character creation, but you might be able to die in the first scene that your character is in. What do you think?
Not likely.
Not likely, huh? I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so let's take one look quick over the character sheet here. So you don't have any of your features, but you know what those all are, right?
Let me go back to the.
That's your ferocious rage and your basically the one that gives you wilderness lore with advantage.
Right.
That's pretty much it. And then all the skills that you can do. So your luck should be 10 plus half your level. It might be 11, and this is the one time in the game that he rounds up. I can't remember. Starting luck. At the start of adventure, a character's luck is attribute is equal to 10 plus half their level. Round up. So you should have an 11 luck. All right.
Got that?
Yep. Looks good. Looks good. Armor class is a +3, but you have a dex bonus, right? So that should be +4. Do you have a shield?
You didn't say that was something I get.
Yeah, the shield you get if you can use it.
Oh, you did. Okay. Then spear can be done one-handed, right?
Yep.
So yes, I would have a shield.
Oh, Joy, the lawyer's back. You missed everything. Matt came in, but then he saw you weren't here, so he left Joe. Joe Damesh, everyone. All right. My cat's back, too. She's going to put her tail right in front of my cat. Whoa, what's that?
Shield is just a +1, +2.
Yep. We haven't even started playing yet, Joe. We're still making characters.
What do you mean? Yeah. +1 or +2?
+1.
Okay.
And it can also be sundered in this game.
Okay.
All the crazy people are showing up in the YouTube. Hey, the evil one, Lord Bernick, has joined us in the YouTube, asking, "What is this, Hobbs and friend?" That's got to be one of the best lines you've ever had, Julian. All right. So, one of the last Conan stories that I read through all these comics that I've been collecting, Pitch. Maybe we'll, I don't even know if you've read it, but we might, maybe we'll start with that. How much time do you have left?
You asking me?
Yeah.
I don't really have a hard stop. So 10:30 is fine.
I don't know if it'll be that late, but we'll see. All right, so I'm going to start it with a similar one. All right, it is, you've moved into, you've been here to Northgate before, but it, the smells, the hustle and bustle of the people, it's different than what you were used to with mucky roads and wooden buildings and, just animals being driven right down through the streets of Vorngard. This is it's definitely a much more civilized, they say, sneeringly, location in Northgate. So you have found yourself in the woods and of Wistwood, joining a small, as a protector for an apothecary in Northgate. He's an Argosan, or a Midlander, as they say.
The apothecary?
Yeah. All right. His name is Ethan. You joined up with him 3 days ago. But it didn't take long. But wherever you went, for some reason, you guys were then ambushed by some Thule or some Scorn, and you're driven away from them. So similar to that, just like Conan, often Vignal is the last survivor that he's aware of. And you've been traveling for a few days, 3 days, a few days, whatever. Bear with me here, people. I have a table that I want to roll on to see like what you may have lost or in the interim of this time. And you're headed back to the last place that you knew. Hopefully your companions had also returned to Northgate.
And where were we headed?
You were in the Wistwood, which is
Wistwood.
northwest of Northgate, yeah, along the Siltwater River.
And we were like collecting herbs and stuff?
Yeah, he had a specific location that he was headed to. I'm just making this up as we go, man.
Sure.
What I want you to do is make... Here we go, on the How You Were Affected table. You remember this from the Lost Lake?
Not really.
Make a standard luck test. So roll a d20, and you need to be your luck or less.
Okay.
You could probably roll it right on your character sheet, to be honest.
Right. But when you say standard, there's nothing. Let's see what happens when I pull that up. There we go. Yeah.
All right, so you made it.
Rolled a
So
9.
you're not affected, so you didn't lose anything as you've been making your way through the wilderness, headed towards Northgate. But you, there seems to be. Go ahead.
It's because I'm knowledgeable about the wilderness. I know my way around here, even though I've not really spent a lot of time in this particular area. But even if we have to flee or what have you, I'm not going to sort of lose myself in this.
That's right. You have a decent willpower as well.
What? 13?
Yeah, that's good. It's a bonus. All right, so evening is setting. You still have your food, but you have been the last few hours. You've been hearing the howls of wolves, and you have seen their shapes shadowing you through the Wistwood. You know it's another few days before you reach the walled environs of Northgate, your goal. What do you think you're going to do?
Well, I think we'd make
wolves, or try and outrun them, or what's your thought process?
What was the first thing you said?
Like find a defensible position and face them.
Yeah, there's probably no caves around here, right?
Not that you have seen.
And describe the terrain of the woods.
Wistwood. Nice. Let me read the Wistwood to you. Oh, sorry, Clee. Did you hear her? Don't touch me. Don't move me. Just let me lay here. The Wistwood. So a lot of the stuff that I've been reading is taken straight out of the Midlands or something similar. The Wistwood is one of the colder and more austere forests of the continent, a mix of grand pine, fir, and cedar trees. Morning mist is common, usually lifting with the rising sun and lakeside breezes. Within the trees, sunlight is prevalent, providing good visibility once the haze disperses. Such amiable surrounds, however, are dangerously misleading. Any trails to be found are not the work of civilized men, but that of hostile fools and warring, bloodthirsty scorn. In the outer trees, dire wolves, bears, and territorial boars are common, whilst deeper in the deep woods conceal Ettin's giant slugs and the cursed grotesques known as ergot. Like all outlands, lost ruins might be found here, untouched by the half-men and barbarian tribes that shun them as forbidden. That help?
Yeah, I gave a general description, nothing that's going to help me with what I was thinking. Okay,
All right.
Wispwood's right. All right, I see
Yeah,
it.
so here's the large, massive, and these are 10-mile squares. So the Wispwood encompasses a really large area. I'm only figuring you to be, maybe 10 or 20 miles outside of Northgate, like in this direction probably, right? The river of the Siltwater is over here along that eastern edge. It travels along the lee side of the Iron Hull Mountains. So you're up in this area, up in here somewhere.
Okay.
Probably closer. But as evening sets, I think these guys have doggedly been tracking you, and your knowledge of wilderness, it seems strange that they would be tracking you this long. Do you have any questions or thoughts before I just make some decisions? I guess you should make some decisions.
And do we have any food on us?
You have when you say we, what do you mean? It's just you.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was still with the apothecary.
No, you lost him in
Okay.
the Scorn ambush.
Okay.
You believe he's dead. Unless you don't think that Vignal would leave without him being dead, I guess.
In this situation, I think Vignal would know to look for safety in this case.
Yeah, and
So,
I mean, you guys were attacked by Scorn. You fought your way free, and you haven't had any Scorn chasing you. But for the last day, you've had these wolves that have been tracking you.
Are the Scorn known to have wolves?
Possibly, but it would be a rare situation that you haven't seen. They maybe could be on your trail still, but you haven't seen hide nor hair of them for the last day or two.
Okay, and so go back to
The wolves came up more recently. The wolves came up more recently.
Okay, go back to my first question, because that was not part of the standard stuff you gave me. I don't see. Oh no, I do. Rations were in there. Somehow I missed that. I didn't roll for rations.
Oh, that's terrible.
Do that.
Why wouldn't you do that?
Look at that. Would I have used some at this point?
Nope, you've been living off the other people's rations or whatever. That's what that roll was, to see if you had lost any of your gear or anything else.
Okay, so I am going to continue to make my way in what I believe is the direction of Northgate. I'm going to drop some food behind me and see if that will be enough to keep the wolves at bay. Maybe they will hang out with that and eat that food, and then I can just continue on my way.
All right, it's a good effort, but it doesn't work, which strikes you as strange. If they were hungry, and that would be the main reason for them to be tracking you along this way, then why wouldn't they stop and eat the food, right?
Right.
So something else, perhaps something infernal, is driving them.
And it's getting pretty dark, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I am going to... Is there any place where I could find something that could keep sort of my back protected? So there's like a
ridge of some sort?
Ridge, an overhang.
Because you're going to try and make a stand, is what you're saying?
Yeah, it seems like they're going to stay on my tail, and it's getting dark. I wanted to light a torch and maybe prop it so that I have some light, and then be ready for them.
This look good?
Yeah. Everything good?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just making some stuff here.
That's fine. Just making sure I didn't lose
I got
you.
quiet, right? All right. So Vignettes puts his back against the top, as you can hear. Like you're probably traveling from the northwest towards the southeast, right? You're traveling in this way. So
Sure.
the first one you find is that location right here. And so they're coming closer. You take your torch and you stick it in a crevice along this ridge right here. And it isn't long before you can see some dark forms moving towards you.
Okay. I'm going to take a second torch out and light it from the first one.
Yeah.
And then as they start to get closer to me, I'm going to throw it in their direction and see if they're scared at all from the fire.
All right. That seems cool.
And then after I do that, then I'll have my spear at the ready along with my shield. And have they gotten close enough that I can get a better look at them? Or do they?
You see them on the map there?
Yeah. I'm just saying in terms of my character, in terms of my perspective, does it seem like they're close enough that I can see them, that they look to me like they look different from wolves? I would assume from my experience I would have encountered wolves before, so...
Oh, for sure. I'm kind of making this up as I go along, so if it takes me a little bit to get some stuff set up, that's why.
Sure.
All right, I don't have what I was looking for. I didn't put that in here, so... When you spot them, they do look a little more bedraggled than you would expect, and hungry, but for whatever reason, they haven't. They didn't stop for your food. That's why you feel there's something else going on. Why don't you make a detection check? Ooh, a great success. So you do see more of them. These are just the first ones that have been approaching.
And where do I see them? The other ones? They're just in that same direction?
Yeah, they're just back a little farther. Like these must be the alphas or something that is causing them to come forward. The other ones might be kind of circling and biting at each other.
Of these three that I see right here, does any of them look larger than the rest? More ferocious?
The one in the front.
Is it deterred by the torch I threw it in its direction?
In fact, it is not.
Do they look like they're going to charge, or are they going to...
They are going to charge.
Investigate.
They are going to charge.
Okay, so if they're going to charge, then I'm going to brace my spear against the ground, and I'm going to sort of crouch and attempt to try to impale the one that's charging directly at me, the first one.
Okay. Shoot.
Shield protecting my throat.
I'm doing something behind the scenes quickly here.
Sure.
It seems like it's
I
taking a
figured.
little bit. Are you trying to? You said you were taking a charge. I don't even know if that's in this book, but that makes sense to me. We'll say
I'm not taking a charge. I am
receiving the charge. I mean,
yes. Yeah.
My expectation of what we were going to actually play when we got to play totally changed by the character that you made.
Okay.
Which is pretty interesting to me. What the shit? Oh, here we go. All right, so these guys come charging up at you. Oh, I'm going to do this. So I think you should be able to attack as they come rushing up.
Okay.
We can even say they circled you a few times because I like the idea of them coming at you like from this direction through the trees.
Okay. Sounds good.
With the large one in the front.
Right, and I assume that's the one that's attacking. Is that right?
They're all three going to attack, but yeah, you can start with that one. All right, we hit AC 11. Where's my shit?
Yeah.
Here we go. So their AC is 13, so that's a miss.
Ah, shoot.
All right, but that was just like your first strike, so let's roll initiative. So the way we roll initiative is you just do a dex check.
And do I do it with the initiative? There's a die right there.
I don't know. Try it and see what it does. Great success. All right, so you're going to go first. So this guy he got past your initial bite, and as he's getting ready to bite you, the three of them are here. So what are you going to do? You get to go.
Right. Okay, so can I... Here's what I'm going to attempt to do. I'm going to charge that one that I missed and try to push it with my shield into the one below it, this one down here, while stabbing at this one. I don't know if that's too much for you to, like, for me to be able to do from your perspective. But basically, I want to go after him, try to knock the one right in front of me with my shield at the same time as I spear out.
Yeah, you can do that. When you say charge, I don't know if you're far enough away to actually use the charge attack version.
Sure.
But I think what you're trying to do is use your shield as an attack, and then you're going to do a minor exploit to tangle that one up with the other one, correct?
Yep.
All right, that would be my rendition. So in order to do, is your shield your primary attack, or is your spear your primary attack?
Shield would be primary attack.
Okay, so then let's roll the shield. So in order to do a minor exploit that's going to take one turn, you have to hit and do damage. And so that would be regular, and then the attack with the spear is going to be at disadvantage.
Okay. So how do I do that with the shield?
Just roll a 20, and we can add your attack bonus. Just use. What we should do is we'll just add it to your character sheet. Maybe that would be the best thing to do.
Is there a shield?
No, you just add that weapon. Yeah, it does 1d3. You know where you added your axe? Add shield there as well.
Okay, and then 1d3?
Yep. nice. AC 15 does hits damage 3. All right, so I think you're using your strength against their strength to throw him over there. So when we do a minor exploit, you just have to hit, do damage, and then usually it's going to be some sort of roll or something. The strength of a wolf, I think, is going to be a 12. So you're going to roll a d20, and you want the lowest roll. You want to beat your roll by more than I beat my roll.
So do I want to roll strength?
Yes. Yeah, just roll strength. It can. I would let you use athletics. You could use athletics if you want to.
Okay.
What happened here? Let's interpret these rules. All right, so I got an 8. So my strength is a 12, so I beat it by 4. You got a 9. You beat yours by 7. So I think your shield bodily smacks into this wolf and tosses him into the other wolf, slowing them down. So that wolf won't be able to attack back at you. The one that you hit, what I will do is roll a dexterity check for the other wolf to see if he can attack, okay?
Yep. The one that I hit with the shield, is that what you're saying?
No, the other one.
The other one, that got hit by it. Okay.
Got hit by the other wolf. So he jumps over the other wolf and is still ready to attack. But the one that you hit is prone and not able to attack this round. So I should see how many hit points these guys have, shouldn't I? All right.
The one I hit has dead hit points.
Dead hit points?
Yes, he's done.
You think so? With 3 points of damage?
Sure.
Hell no. Don't even try it. These guys
He was
are
injured.
tough.
No, he was injured and he was trying to make it seem like he's the alpha, but he's really not.
All right, so I'm running through and I'm putting all the hit points in. So this middle one is the one that you hit. It's consistent. Can you see the life bar of the one?
Yes.
All right, this is the one you hit. Let's see. Am I doing the right side? All right, and let's do the last one. Oh. That's weird. I don't know if I've ever seen that before.
What? Something on your end?
Yeah, something on my end. Nothing bad. Can you see the actual number, or do you see the bar?
Just the bar.
All right, that's the way it's supposed to be. All right, so this one kind of goes off to the side. We'll mark them prone. Whoa, they look a little different. Oh, my back. I'm prone. Now,
I don't see any change in that one's bar, though.
I'm doing it right now, brother.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I might have went the wrong way, though. Let's zoom a scoom in here. Normally I'd be faster at this, but like I say, I'm just making it up as we go. There you go. Why isn't this one showing?
Yeah, it showed on mine.
There we go. All right, nice. So now we have 3 wolves against Vignal, who has not gone into a berserker rage. He's holding off. Now make an attack at disadvantage against this guy.
Okay. So how do I do the disadvantage part?
I think it might be right on your character sheet. I'm not positive where you might be able to choose.
Oh, wait. No, there's an advantage. Oh, here we go. Got it. Is that right?
Hits AC 20. Yeah, you rolled a 17 and a 19. So at disadvantage, it would have been the 17, and you must have a +3 to hit. So you
Yep.
do 5 points of damage to this Jamoke. Boom. All right. 2 of them rush in to attack you. Their wild eyes, almost black like a shark, and their tongues lolling, vicious saliva dipping out everywhere. So here we go. So let's do D6. Uh, 15 and an 11. The 15 hit. What's your AC?
15 would hit.
One of them strikes. It's going to be a D6 of damage. Oh, when you use your shield to attack, you don't use it as your AC. You don't get the AC bonus.
Okay. But still only one would hit.
Yep, no problem. All right, so one of them comes in, just a grazing blow, a scratch upon Vignal's mighty thew. All right. Your turn, sir. What are you going to do this round? Oh, wait, roll initiative.
Failure on my end.
Failure. So that means it's their turn. So this guy rolls to his feet. All right, and these guys rush in to attack. All around him. Vignal. This could be the end. So only the one was the first one. You can counterattack him. So whenever there's a failure, a fumble, that means it's a counterattack. So you can counterattack this wolf up here.
Yep. Okay. Want me to do that now?
Yeah. Ooh, AC 11. That's a miss. All right, miss.
Oh, sorry. I have that as
Disadvantage again.
advantage still.
All right, we'll take that off and roll again.
Lower.
Yeah, you rolled a 3. All right, yeah, so it misses. It fumble. It kind of it comes at you, but with all 3 of them there, it still isn't enough for you. But one of them strikes for 1 point of damage again. So you're mostly keeping them at bay with your spear and shield as they voraciously come at you. Your turn. What do you do this round?
And in the distance, do I see the other ones getting closer or not?
They don't seem to be coming closer, but with your fantastic roll, I'm going to show you. You do see this about 20 feet away, flying about.
From what direction?
Seems to be kind of near where the other ones are. In between you and them that are circling.
Okay. And how far away is that? Is that like 50 feet? Something like that?
That far away. Not far. 25 feet away.
And how high up is it?
About 8 feet high.
Okay, so I am going to attempt to push my way through these guys. Like right through here, and attempt to make it down to where that thing is flying around and attack it.
All right, so trying to move through that area is going to be difficult because they do take up a space. So you're going to try and move through there. There's a thing in here to do that. Sorry, it's in the combat section. It's one of the things that you try to do during combat. It's around between 66 and 77. I just read it the other day. I just ran like 12 hours of this game on Saturday last week. If I had to choose, I would probably just make it a minor exploit. Blocking an area. A man-sized character effectively blocks an area about 5 feet in diameter, and enemies cannot move through this space without first removing the defender in some way. Very large or small creatures might ignore blocking GM's call. So what I would say is that you're going to have to move one of these guys out of the way. Joe the lawyer, good night. Brad, good night. Wolves enthralled by the sorcery of Jubal Sag, Digital Lurk says. Nice. All right, so what that means is you'd have to hit one of these and do damage. You could do the same thing as you did before if you wanted to. But the other ones are going to be able to attack you as you go through because you're leaving their area.
Right, so then if I do the same thing where I just try to hit this one with my shield and knock him into this one, would it be possible that those two would be taken out?
Yeah.
So that, okay, then I will do that, and that would leave this one to be able to still attack me, and then run past them to try to...
The one will get a dex check to be able to attack you, but the one that you hit is if you're successful with your minor exploit, it will be prone and won't be able to attack.
Okay. So I do my shield attack, right?
If that's your primary, yeah, shield first.
Yep. There it is. Crit.
Oh my, did you roll a 20?
Yep.
Natural 20 does automatic full damage, so you have a +1 to strength, is that correct?
Yes.
Yep, so that's why it did 4 points. So now we're going to do the contested roll, and since you got a natural 20, I'm going to say he is going to have to like beat your roll by a lot.
Okay, and this is
strength. Oh, I rolled a 20, so I had a fail. Yeah, you can use your athletics. So all you do have to do is succeed. All right, you have a great success. So I'm going to basically give him. He's going to need a great success on his dex check as well. (16) is a failure. So both of these guys are actually prone.
Nice. And then this one took damage, right?
Yeah. Oops. Four points, correct?
Yep.
All right. So now you can move.
And then this one's going to attack me, right?
And I rolled
Actually,
4.
I could be... how do you do...
yeah, you can do that.
This distance is fine?
Yep, that's fine.
Okay, because I can attack 10 feet with a spear.
That's fine. Go ahead, man.
Attack with a spear?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go.
Oh, another 20. Oh, man. Is it?
Yeah, it is.
Holy shit.
Why is that only 4, though, for the damage?
I don't know. Something's messed up. It's 6 plus your strength would be 7 points of damage.
Right.
right?
But the spear is supposed to. I clicked the right thing, right? It was spear. It's not.
Yep,
I
it
didn't
says
click
spear. Yeah, it
shield.
says spear.
Yeah, it's weird because I have it in here as 1d6, but
So what happens to this thing when you stick your spear into it?
it's right in the eye. I go pierce it right in the eye. I don't know if this thing is like
It's
got
small.
these.
It's like a bat sized, so it's small.
Oh, okay,
Right?
right. So it just goes right at the end of my spear, right through it. And my hope is that has something to do with why the wolves are acting so strange.
All right. So what happens is you went last, right? Or did you go first that round? You went last, didn't you?
Last.
Okay. So what happens is yeah, I think the wolves are all gonna. You can see the ones in the shadows. They immediately disperse, running off, and these other ones get up and they also run off if you allow them to.
Yeah, I don't want to continue to fight them if they're going to run away.
Yeah. So you didn't kill any of them, but they all fled. But this thing is dead now, and it is on the tip of your spear. It's unholy for sure. You would imagine that it's something very, very strange. Make a detection check. Well, a great success. All right, so all characters can detect magic in low fantasy gaming, but normally it takes 10 minutes, and it kind of changes from one to the other. And what do you think your character does in order to detect magic?
What did you mean by changes from one to the other?
Like some people might have like a tingling at the base of their neck. Other people might have like all the hair stand up on the ends on their forearms. Somebody else, may get a sinking feeling in their stomach, or maybe they smell something. What do you think that Vignal? How does he recognize the unusual, or the mysterious, or the magical?
I think for Vignal, it would be like a sinking stomach. It makes him kind of nauseous.
So I think just as the sun dips away completely, you can hear the crackling of your torches as the yipping, as the wolves all disperse in all directions. You have this sickening feeling in your stomach, and you can almost see as some sort of mist seems to go off, and the eye just kind of turns into like a blobby clay and just kind of like drips off the end of your spear. There was certainly some mysticism involved in this night on the Wistwood, a day or so away from Northgate.
Yeah, I'll wipe my spear off, get that nasty ichor off my spear.
Okay. All right. And I think I was getting the motion from my wife. What you got any thoughts on this little scenario and the character creation, or do you think you'd be more than willing to do some duet gaming in the future?
Yeah, I like this. This was fun. I know we just did a little bit, but that was fine. I mean, the process of doing the character creation and hearing about again, as little as I remember from the last time, but I don't think you went in as much detail with all of the different cultures.
Well, I wanted you to be able to make your character, so.
Right, so that was cool hearing all that and getting the background of what's going on there, and then things went very much in my favor here in this section, so I'm happy with those die rolls. But no, that was fun. I enjoyed that little setup, that little scenario. Yeah, I'll play again. Definitely do it again.
That's straight out of a Conan comic, actually.
What was the bat thing there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
And maybe that will return. It seems like the magic was created by.
Yeah, that I think would disturb me quite a bit.
Jubal Sag. I'm going to put that information down, and we'll use that in the future. All right, so I don't think we really have time to do highs and lows or anything like that, but you're ready now, so we can. Your guy is prepared, and he makes his way back to Northgate. So he's in Northgate, and you get 1 experience point. I haven't decided on how quickly characters are going to go up or not. What I think What I think we may do is like five experience points per level. And on everyone after the first, you get to roll to see, if you gain anything from the next level. Hey, James Richards. Welcome, buddy. We are just wrapping up. You're correct. We've been at it for 3 hours. So a lot of information, character generation, and me making maps, and the usual on the Gamerhood. I just want to thank everyone for being here. You got anything you want to say or pimp or anything, Robert?
No, not really.
All right. Until next time, stay alive. Check out Random Screed. I've been doing that, and I'll have another episode of Hobbs and Friends very soon, and we never know when we might be playing the Midlands next time.
It's a beautiful day in the game, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Shout about plunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding grave robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, won't you be my